let's just put a smile on our faces at 9:30, because the one piece of good news that's come out of a miserable day is that Meghan Markle's been cancelled by Netflix. Good morning, Rupert Bell. How are you?
Good morning. I did like your reference to Benny Hill, Ernie, and the fastest milkman in the West, and Two-Ton Ted from Teddington. He was a wicked man in that song. But anyway...
yes. Where are you? You're not in your usual seedy little cubby hole in your checked shirt. Where are you? In rehab?
No, this is at home. I probably tidied it up. That maybe doesn't... I've actually thrown a lot of... Had a New Year clear out, if that's all right,
Is this the man cave? Is it?
Well, it's half of it is my side, and the other half, the bit you see in the back, is my side. The other half is the Trouble and Strifes. But
is that the Trouble and Strifes handbag on the right there, the orange one, or have you now gone into alternative fashion there, Belly? There's a...
I don't know what that is, actually. But anyway.
Rupert Bell, let us celebrate. Meghan Markle humiliated, and we all know about cancellation if you call Jeremy Kyle or Rupert Bell. Netflix show cancelled after dismal viewing figures. That's a shock, because it was so entertaining, wasn't it, Rupert?
It was, I don't know how many episodes I watched, but my life, it nearly drove me to my grave, I think. It was desperate. It really had nothing to commend it as far as I am concerned. No. Yes, she and they now obviously no longer has a deal with Netflix. It's a sort of first look arrangement, which is, as you know, is one of those sort of, well, yes, we'll have a look at your idea, and if we like it, you know, at least gives us first dibs. But their ideas haven't exactly set the world on fire. So I have to say it's no surprise. What we think we will get is bite-sized little Instagram videos of her cooking.
Oh, great. We'll look forward to that. Yeah, that'd be great.
And the other thing she said, it was quite hard work to do. Well, funnily enough, working is quite hard work, even if you see what I mean, if that's not stating the bleeding obvious. But so it's no surprise. I think it's a relief to all and sundry. But a cookbook is coming out, I believe, which will tell us how to display vegetables, no doubt. But anyway,
like you know, what's that on your hand? What's that on your hand? A glove on?
My glasses, just in case you make me read something.
All right, no. You and I won't be buying that book. I want to bring it to where we're at in the world. Don't ask you to get political, but there's all sorts of turmoil going on. Trump calling out Keir Starmer and saying, you know, the Chagos thing is humiliation, it's self-serving, you idiot, blah, blah, blah. Overnight tearing him a second one by saying your country's on its backside, it's not acceptable the way that you do it, you need to straighten it out, immigration, energy, all of that. Many people are saying that King Charles, who is due to visit America this year, a sort of reverse state visit, Trump came here, this could be in jeopardy because Starmer is going to stand up to Trump. Well, that's never going to happen because he's going to roll over. He won't even go to Davos. Is the King's visit in jeopardy, Belly?
Well, I think there are some serious political issues going, as we know, this whole Greenland issue. You know, and if he does go through with his threat of invading it, what does actually Europe do to react? And, you know, the King shouldn't necessarily, on that basis, be going to celebrate 250 years of independence, which is why he is going in the first place. And actually, you know, we've seen Prince William even put his head above the political parapet yesterday, coming out supporting pubs and the importance of pubs. So the royal family are in I don't say in a difficult position, but the King has to do his country's bidding when it comes to foreign visits. So it does put him in a bit of a quandary. Now, the King reportedly gets on well with President Trump, who is flattered at every...
But he'd loathe him, Belly, in public. You and I both know that. He'd loathe everything Trump is in private, wouldn't he?
Well, you know, he does test people's patience, does President Trump. So I think even the King knows what he's got to do, his sense of service.
Duty.
And he's representing Britain. And that means, well, you know, they are supposedly our closest allies. But actually, this whole going to America thing could actually put Prince William in a bit of a quandary because he is president of the FA. And as you know, it's World Cup year. England are one of the favourites. There will be plenty of other European countries who will be going to America to play in the summer. Now, and if the thing develops and goes even further, sort of, you know, he does carry out his threat, what does that do about the World Cup? But more importantly, well, no, generally that's a huge issue. But for William, as president of the FA, should he be going to America? If he, because in a way, going to America, if it turns out the way Trump wants it, then you've got a whole series of problems going forward. So for the royal family, it's not easy. So I'm sure they're taking advice. 1 minute President Trump's supposed to be in Davos, but suddenly the plane turns back with an electrical fault. You never quite know what you're going to get with him. So for the royal family, they will be watching developments very closely indeed, as we all are. But for the royal family and the king, this state visit, I think, would have to be under some sort of question at the moment as to whether he feels comfortable going, given what he's doing in terms of talking about Greenland.
OK. Also, just talking about visits, stuff in the paper last week before we spoke, actually, that Prince Harry, is it Invictus this year or next year? Very briefly.
Next year, but there would be a year anniversary in the summer. It's taking place in Birmingham. He's obviously in this country at the moment, but will he come in the summer doing a sort of year anniversary? Because Invictus seems to be the only thing he's got to do from a working perspective. He didn't set it up, all members of the royal family, but it's very much seen as his sort of personal fiefdom. But it's not without complications for him, because the complication is, what does he do about the wife when it comes to Invictus
Yeah,
games?
well, there's a lot of
love being centre stage.
There's a lot of rubbish in Birmingham, so she'd probably be all right. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's very interesting. Now, Prince William, and everybody knows I'm a fan, I want to help pubs. What the hell does that mean?
Well, I think he says, reading what he said, he was in Scotland yesterday in his capacity as the Duke of Rothesay, that's his Scottish title,
yes.
Where he was in a pub. He got a half a pint, which his wife said, well, he haven't finished the half pint. Given Mike Tyndall did call him 1 pint Willie, didn't he, when they did that podcast. But I think what he's saying, the value of the pub, is the community aspect of it. And as we know, a lot of pubs at the moment, and even around where I live, I can see the closing signs going on so many pubs around here. They are an important part, particularly, of all life, wherever you are. The meeting people brings people together. And obviously pubs feel, at the moment, it's a talking point. And it's something that I agree with. I agree wholeheartedly with him with regards to the importance of the pub as a sense of community.
Stop there a sec. Is this our future King, William, speaking out against Chancellor Rachel Reeves' appalling attack on that hospitality sector with those rates? And as everybody knows, this is causing hundreds of pubs, the length and breadth of this country, to close. Is this Prince William supporting this industry against the Labour government?
Well, he never says anything against the government, but he says by flagging the significance of the pub, it probably might just be making Rachel Reeves wince into her cup of coffee or tea this morning that he has actually said the pubs, when it is such a political hot potato. People are, particularly in the rural communities, pretty angry about this. It's just another in the rural part, and I can feel it. Farmers, pubs, they are so integral to bringing small villages together, and every single one of them. So it's the nearest, I think, you've got the Prince William, and he chose his words carefully as to say it's really good for people's mental health and all what it does to bring people together. So it, in many ways, is a veiled threat, I would say, or a dig at what is going on with regards to pubs and the hospitality industry.
There's only one problem with what happened yesterday. He missed a PR opportunity, didn't he?
What should he have done?
What pub would you have sent him to?
The Duchess of Sussex, the Duke of Sussex?
No, the Prince of Wales. There's got to be a Prince of Wales pub somewhere in Scotland, isn't there?
I would have. Well, there might be a Duke of Rothesay pub, but I don't. But he was his wife. They played a bit of curling, didn't they? So they went round. Anyway, there we go. Sorry, you've caught me out there, Jeremy. I'm not quick.
Off air, I'm going to give you a treble for Cheltenham, for the Cheltenham Festival. That's guaranteed to make you a load of money, Rupert Bell. Not that we condone gambling.
And do you want me to embarrass my late mother?
Oh, she's dead as well, yes? Please, what did your mother do?
Well, I fell off my pony aged 10 and lay on the ground in front of a whole lot of people. And she said, Rupert, get back on that pony and stop lying on the ground like a footballer. And bearing in mind, this was in the 60s when, you know, football was played slightly differently to then. And unfortunately for my mother, I never got back on another pony because I thought it hurt. But anyway, there you go. That's my
Can I just point out that the reason that Rupert Bell as a broadcaster works so well is he's able to share his life and realise that he's a real man of the people. This is how this works. Do you know, when I was a younger boy, I fell off my pony and my mummy said to me, get off the ground, young Rupie. You're making an absolute scene of yourself. It's a disgrace. God bless you, though, for that. We love you, Belly. We're looking forward to seeing you at Cheltenham. Are you there every day?
I will be there every day on behalf of TalkSport, and, you know, never know, we might bump into each other and let's have a glass of shandy together.
Only half a pint in the Prince of Wales. Rupert Bell, thank you very much indeed. Talk Breakfast.